What is going on, everybody? Happy Thursday. I am back with another episode of Comic Books to Read this week. This is the show where I kind of go over the books that have just recently come out from this past Wednesday and just talk a little bit about the books that I enjoyed, ones I think might be worth you picking up and exploring and reading yourself if you're not already. So, and of course, this is part of Tag Team Thursday. If you guys are not familiar, I've teamed up with a few friends from the community. We've been doing this every Thursday starting off at 6:30 Eastern time over at Rod, Just a Rican, and his comics. And then I put his information in the description below. From there, we jump over to John's Comics with Kids. We jump over to Old Wolf 65, and we jump over to Brandon ComixKings, who's live right now. Maybe they're just wrapping up with a really cool mystery box that he had just opened. He mentioned that he just got the first appearance of a really cool character, a favorite character of his. I won't spoil it here, but make sure you go check that out. And yeah, make sure you hit that thumbs up. If you're new, subscribe to the channel. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for taking the time. Yeah, so we're here every Thursday, and I guess we'll dive into, before I get into the books, because I like to go over like maybe 5-ish books that that were from the week. I did take last week off, so there's actually maybe an extra book that I just have to comment on that was from last week's episode. But before we get into all the details, let's say a quick hello to the chat. Let's see. Let me scroll back up here to the top. We got my man Copy 801 hanging out with us. What's going on, brother? Good to see you. We got TM Nerdy Station Travis. As always, a pleasure, my friend. We got my man Azor's Tiger in the house, representing Spine Ticks. Hello, hello. We got my brother Jason Claiming Comics also hanging out with us. Good to see you. Let's see. Tomorrow Cinema's in the house. Hey, if you guys didn't know, this Saturday I'm actually going to be talking with that man right there, Manny, aka Tomorrow Cinema, as he's going to be my guest on my Comic Collector Origins show starting at 2:00 Eastern time this Saturday. Really excited to hang out and get to know a little bit more of his origin story, because I have collaborated with him several times and we've talked comics, but haven't really got the backstory of how he got into this awesome hobby. So looking forward to that. Hopefully you guys can make that as well. Let's see. We got Jennifer hanging out with us. Comics Will Break Your Heart. Hello, Jennifer. Nice to see you. There's the man, ComixKings. Congratulations on your first Cyclops. Oh, sorry. Your first appearance of your favorite character is what you said. So there it is. Make sure you go check out that replay for Brandon. Congrats again on that book. I'm just kidding. It's not Cyclops, but it is his favorite character. Uncanny Swag in the house. What's going on, brother? We got Todd Christian also hanging out with us throughout this whole Tag Team Thursday evening. Always appreciate the support. I see a bunch of you that have been hanging out with us the entire time. Really appreciate that. We got my brother Fable Station, as always. We got Hidden Gem Comics in the house as well. We got Keep It Comics. What's going on, brother? As always, a pleasure. And we got Flash by Night hanging with us. What's going on, Flash? Good to see you. You guys, make sure you hit that thumbs up as you're hanging out here today. We got Missing Link also, Station Brother. And we also got PJ King in the house. Let's beat those cheating Red Sox this weekend. Hell yeah, man. Hopefully we have some more good games coming our way, because these last two were, today was good. Yesterday was close. I was sweating, but it worked out in our favor. And there he is, John's Comics with Kids, who was just premiering his video a little earlier today, as well as part of the Tag Team Thursday crew. Always good to see you. Yes, time to close this out as always. Maybe I'm gonna try not to go too far into extra innings, but we'll see. What's going on, chat station, brother? Good to see you as well. We got James Phelps in the house. Big Herm Station, Big Herm. All right. I think I'm getting everybody here. Phil Ailing also hanging out with us. Appreciate you, my friend. All right, let's dive into some of this stuff, and then I got a couple little announcements to share towards the end of this, and then we'll kind of close it out. But so I missed last week, so there's a book I just have to kind of quickly share briefly. I'll keep it very short before I get into this week's books. But of course, I have to talk just a tiny bit about this book right here, because I missed talking about it last week. And if you guys don't know how I feel about this book already, well, here it is. I love this Nightwing series that's being written by Tom Taylor. It's just absolutely amazing. It's so good. I am thoroughly enjoying everything about this book. The story, getting to see how the characters are tied together, getting the villain that we're starting to see in this as well. If you guys are not reading this, go back to Nightwing 78. That's where it started it all. This here is 81. So few issues behind, but that's where Tom Taylor picked up. So, I always say this, if you guys, I know some people say they're not DC guys, they're not Nightwing guys, or they're just not readers of, of the Bat family or whatever. But I'll tell you, I wasn't really following any of this stuff. And I just gave Nightwing a shot. I heard Tom Taylor was doing really good things in general. And so I gave this a shot when 78 came out. It's just been amazing ever since. And Redondo doing the artwork is just, it's stunning, man. It's really stunning. So highly recommend. But yeah, love this recent issue. I won't go into details, but just had to kind of squeeze that in there for this show tonight since I missed last week. But man, it was good. Yes, and I agree. Manny, smash that like button. Appreciate all of you. Exactly, copy. Who would have guessed, huh? Who would have guessed? This man, he knows. He knows. All right, so let's talk about, of course, I got my iPad here because there's a couple of things that I have digitally. I do have 2 books physically. I'll kind of, jump into them momentarily as well, or go back and forth, I guess. But the first book I want to talk about is this book right here, Vinyl. This is issue number 1, and it is an Image Comics, printed by Image. The writer, Doug Wagner, and Daniel Hilliard, the artist. Holy moly, this book is wild. If you guys have not read this yet, at first glance, I wasn't sure if this was even for me. I didn't know what it was. I heard it was a horror book. I've been really into the horror style comics that have been coming out, and this was dark, man, very dark. And basically, it's about this psychopath killer. Who's this guy right here? I think his name is what do they call him? Walter. I just started playing. So yes, this killer named Walter. He has an FBI buddy who I was a little confused at first. Like, I didn't know if the FBI agent was trying to capture Walter. But in the midst of all this, they get approached by this all-female cult. They're called the Sunflower Farmers. They end up like basically having this FBI agent give himself up, and they have some leverage to do this. And basically, Walter is trying to help his FBI friend out. And let's just say there's a lot of violence involved. There's a lot of creepiness involved, and it's some crazy stuff. So if you guys are not reading Vinyl, I definitely recommend picking up this first issue and diving in because it is really good. I really enjoyed it. See what the chat is saying here. Yeah, Walter, dude, whew, man, crazy. It's a crazy. I heard Rod, when you were mentioning it, that you were saying you were just like, buy this book, man. Go buy this book. I definitely recommend it. All right, before I go into the next one here of the digital stuff, I'm going to go back over to some physical books. If you guys don't know, I've been trying to cut down on some of the physical books that I've been buying just to save room. That's really the only case. I'm still buying books, still buying digital. Like, I'm paying for that. All the digital stuff I show here, it's all on Comixology. And that's stuff that I just straight buy. I get a little bit of a discount just because I'm a member. But other than that, yeah, I'm still buying books. It's the only thing is I'm trying to save some space. So I'm trying to be a little more choosy about what I buy. So the first book that I bought here, I just want to talk a little bit about Good Luck. This is a Boom Studio book. And I really like the concept. I will say the first issue was a little slow. It's really just setting up the world. Basically, it's as if luck itself is like quantifiable. Like, there were these 2 gods basically that visited the earth and had created good luck and bad luck. And so the majority of people on earth then received a certain amount of good luck and bad luck in their life. And then there are those, I think they're called the unfortunates. That group of people, the unfortunates, they have no luck. They literally have 0 luck. And so with things that they are trying to accomplish, and this is kind of the team here, they have to try to do things without any luck. It's very interesting. And I don't know if you guys know, but I mean, I love the idea of luck in general. And, I really like domino. I like going to casinos, things like that. I do believe that, like, you can have that feeling when something's going to hit or something that is going to work out for you. So that's what really grabbed my attention for this particular book. So Matthew Ehrman is doing the writing. Stefano Simeon is doing the artwork. So I did like the first issue. It's a little slow at first, but I do think it's going to pick up. So I think it's worth the grab. So Missing Link wishing me good luck. Thank you. Oh no, he said he grabbed good luck. Thank you, brother. No, he grabbed good luck. Yeah, no, it's good. I think it's worth picking up for sure. Next book that I want to talk about is, and I had to grab cover B because I just love this. Oh man, I can't think of his name now. Manapool. This is the Menopause cover, Francis Menopause, and this is Robin issue number 3. So I realized later that the cover of this is not who I initially thought it was Green Arrow. I forgot it's actually this character named Hawk, and newer character. I don't know much else about him, but he does have tie-ins, I think, to Green Arrow from what I've learned in this book. But I'm really enjoying this series. I don't know if you guys are reading this right now, but I think it's a really, really good read. Right now, Robin is trying to he's on this island, what's it called? The Lazarus, and he's trying to he's supposed to like get along with some of the other individuals who are on this island who are all there to compete in this really big battle or event, essentially. So it's kind of like Cell games. I've mentioned that in the past. Kind of reminds me of Dragon Ball Z's Cell games. All the best fighters in the world come to try to compete. And so as he starts to start mingling with some of the other fighters that are there, and they try to break him in a little bit and be friendly. Everyone just starts sharing stories about how his dad, Batman, kicked their butt one way or another, and he ends up getting sick and tired of all these stories. So he ended up kind of walking off, and this is where he runs into Hawk, and we get some really cool scenes here after that. So I'll kind of leave it at that. But Robin issue number 3, it's a really, really good read right now. I'm really enjoying it, and I do recommend it. Let's see. Okay. So there you go. So that's the tie-in right there. He's Green Arrow's son. Had no idea. If you guys don't know too, I am still very new to DC, learning a lot of the different characters as I go. So it's been an exploration for me for sure. Todd said I didn't pick up Robin, but that's awesome. Connor Hawk cover. Yeah. The Menopause stuff. He's just been killing it. He did one issue 2, the cover B. It was like a knockout red and black of Robin. Looked really, really cool. So yeah, okay. Appreciate the information. Did not realize that. Kind of a big deal. Keep It Comic says, I passed on good luck to grab vinyl. Okay, that's tough. I would say probably if I had to choose between those two, going back now that I've read them, because I picked up Good Luck and I thought it was worth it. I wish I picked up vinyl. I actually had to put an order in for it because I missed out at my LCS, and that was one of my books on my list of 3 to buy. And that was one that I missed out on. So, but anyways, yeah, vinyl's really, really good. And then obviously Good Luck, I think, is worth checking out. Let's go back to the digital stuff. I got 2 more books here that I want to talk about. And this next one here, not sure if you guys are reading this or not, but I have to say I am enjoying this series more and more and more as I read it. This is Harley Quinn, issue number 4. What's his name? Rossmo. Yeah, Riley Rossmo doing the artwork. So I've talked about this before. I'm going to say it again. Generally speaking, I'm not a fan of Rossmo's artwork. However, I feel like, and the more I read, more Harley Quinn, I am loving his artwork for this book, for this series. It just goes so well with it. I don't know. It's so good. And even this cover, this is a Rossmo cover. I love the cover. You got Grundy on the top there. You get a little introduction to him, Solomon Grundy on the inside, where she's hanging out with him and they're playing chess. And there's this little back and forth. I love Harley Quinn. I'm really, really enjoying the character. But this is part 2 of the series that they started, even though it's issue 4. So yeah, if you're not familiar, I won't get too much into detail, but I do think that you should check this out. Harley Quinn is kind of struggling with the idea that she's kind of the good guy now, or she's part of the good guy team in a way. And, obviously she's done really bad things in the past, but she is actually trying to do good and helping out Batman. She's kind of, been teaming up with him in a sense. So I think that, it's just been a really good read. I've been really enjoying it. And like I said, the artwork just works so well. It just works so well. Yeah, I recommend Harley Quinn if you guys are not reading it. It's definitely on top of my list of books to read. Let's see. There's Rod. What's going on, Rod? Good to see you. The closer in the house. That's right. Big Herm saying I dig Harley too. Yeah, hell yeah, man. That's good to hear. I'm glad to hear, man. It's dude, it's like really even the artwork's just really, it's gotten to me. Like it's really pulled me in. So I'm all about it, man. PJ King says Harley Quinn was a character that used to annoy me. However, Harley has been growing on me as of lately. The TV show was great, and her comic book depiction has been improving as well. So yeah, fair enough. I haven't, other than the 90s books that came out a long time ago, the adventure stuff. I did read a couple of those issues, including her first appearance. I did enjoy those. A lot of it was the nostalgia of just remembering the show. But I haven't read too much Harley Quinn up until recent with James Tynion in the Batman run, and that's what kind of got me into it, so much so that I went out and bought her first appearance, because I am just so in love with the character, the role she plays, and also like I was a fan of her in the films. I like the recent movies that have been out with her, and I'm looking forward to the new one that's coming out. So yeah, I think that again, I don't have much experience otherwise, but as you're saying, PJ King, she's starting to come around to you. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear. And this series is really good. Yeah, I'm enjoying it, so I'm going to keep reading. All right, I got one last book for you guys, and then I will kind of close it out here. I got a couple announcements as well. So the last book that I want to talk about is, I had to bring this book up. Stray Dogs, issue number 5. Man, this series was just so perfect. It was so perfect in so many ways, and I loved every minute of it. I got my girlfriend reading this. We read this the other night or last night when it came out. I even saw that they're going to do like a branch off, like not continuation, but there's more to come basically, because this is a finale essentially. And I just thought it ended so perfectly. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I saw Jason in the chat here was just talking with Jason about that earlier today. I think Jason has his dogs in the back of the pictures that you could submit pictures. I don't know why I didn't even think about doing that for our dogs, but I should have. Really good idea. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to spoil anything. This is just a great series, and I highly recommend it. I saw that prices for issue 1 have gone like through the roof now, which is kind of nuts. But I hope you either got it or if not, get the trade. Or I know there's like second and third prints out there. Get it for the read, man. It's just so good. And actually, I was talking to Jason about that. The idea that I think, or I'm hoping that this thing is, if it is, it has spiked. Like people are on this now and paying more money for it. I hope it's for the very fact that it's just a damn good read. I really do. I mean, I know there's always like these first appearances and key things and all this different stuff to hype a book up or whatever, but this is just a damn good read, and so I highly recommend if you are not reading this already. I love having Trish on my show. That's awesome, Travis, that you were able to hang out and talk with Trish. I've seen her a little bit throughout the community. It's really cool how much she engages with the community. So yeah, that's the artist. If you guys don't know, Trish Forstner. Also, I did order the Bird City Comics variant to this, which is Pennywise, like the cover of It, and it is a beauty. So I'm not sure who the artist might be Trish actually, but yeah, so I'm waiting for that in the mail as well. So definitely loving Stray Dogs if you guys are not reading it. Indie books for the win. Yeah, exactly. Uncanny Swag, man. It's definitely taking over, man. There's my man Morbius in the house. What's going on, brother? So yeah, absolutely. So before I roll out of here, I got something cool to show you guys. Or just like a little announcement. It's about tonight, actually, coming up in a little more than an hour and a half or so. Let me share my screen here because I forgot to do that, so my bad. Let's see. Give me one sec. Make sure you guys hit that smash that like button on the if you're here right now. Appreciate that. We got 16 people here with us still. Let me find this. Here we go. All right, so tonight, I'm actually, so tonight, shout out to Team Nerd Herd for their 1K. They hit 1K subscribers on their YouTube channel. And I cannot be happier for those guys because they are family to me. They have been there for me since the beginning of when I've launched my YouTube channel. And we've kind of just been growing together. And those guys are some of the best people in this community. If you guys are not familiar with or following Team Nerd Herd, I put their information in the description below, so make sure you do that and check them out. 2, I highly recommend just reaching out to them, getting to know them, checking out their shows on a weekly basis. They put out a ton of great content, and I really truly just want to congratulate them. And I'm going to say more on the show later when they go live, but they're doing their 1K giveaway, and I'll tell you, they're going to be giving away a ton of amazing books. So you definitely want to make sure you're there for that. I think it's just gonna be a lot of fun as well. They're having a lot of different guests on, a lot of people that will be sharing some thoughts and doing their own raffles and giveaways. So I think there's a little bit of for everybody there. I think I wouldn't be surprised if more than half the chat wins something here tonight. So I think it's going to start at 9:45 Eastern. And who knows how long that party's going to go for. But the extra cool thing about this is that they actually have invited me to kick it off They've invited me to introduce them and actually kick off the 1K giveaway show. So I am so honored, and I mean, it's a privilege to be able to do this. So I appreciate the fellas reaching out to me, including me in on this the way that they have. And I know there's gonna be a ton of guests, and it's just gonna be an awesome night. But yeah, so they asked me to come on board and kind of kick the show off, do a little intro. And you know, hey, I say they're my brothers. I truly mean that. And you know, Team Nerd Herd is, you know, they come a long way just in this short period of time. I feel like we've only all launched like a year ago. Yeah, we have. So you know, it's been incredible. So well deserved 1K. Shout out to you guys, everyone in the chat here. If you're not already following Team Nerd Herd, or if you're not already subbed up to it, make sure you do so. I actually put the link in the description below. That link goes to their actual show for tonight. So make sure that you swing by at some point if you get a chance. Like I said, who knows, you could win something, or if not, you're at least going to see a ton of great people in the community, both in the chat and on the screen. And so I think it's worth your time to swing by either way. So shout out to them again. Yeah, just can't be more excited for you guys. Team Nerd Herd, well deserved. And here's to another 1,000, man. Here's to another 1,000. So just keep it going, keep it growing. All right, guys. So with all that being said, and appreciate everybody hanging out here. Make sure you hit that thumbs up on the way out. I did mention I'm going to have Manny from Tomorrow Cinema on this Saturday, 2:00 Eastern time for Comic Collector Origins. So make sure you guys swing by for that as well. It's going to be a lot of fun hanging out with him. And I took a little break this past Saturday, so it'll be good to kind of hit the ground running again with the Origins show. So if you guys are not familiar with that, you know, I interview the you know, the community about their way of how they got into this comic book hobby. So it's always a lot of fun. So anyways, until then, this is Tag Team Thursday. Make sure you guys are subbed up to the team down below. I put the information in the description. Make sure you go back and watch all their live streams and premiered videos. Oh, I had another premiered video earlier today. I've been doing my top 10 picks. Let me know what you guys think of that. I've been having a lot of fun kind of giving my 10 picks for next week. That airs every Thursday at 12:30 Eastern. So mine just went up earlier today. So if you guys missed that, go check out the top 10 books that I'm most excited for next week, New Comic Book Day. And yeah, if you're just catching this replay, appreciate you taking that time to do so. Like I said, hit that thumbs up on the way out. And until next time, I will talk to you later.